Svensson picks it up, passes it up to a forward.
With like 7 seconds to go. Coast to coast.
What?
It's actually, yeah, Mike, please don't touch him, he's pretty. Let go of him, he's old. Like, what is he gonna do? What are you doing? He's a baby. He would do nothing wrong.
Guy loves chicken, too.
Chewbacca?
I said $1 million and the rights to Newfoundland.
She answered the question!
Agree.
I was right!
Honolulu.
You guys are so loud for people who are agreeing with each other.
Yes.
So I'm just generally kind of bummed, Alex.
So something I didn't realize till now.
What are we not realizing, Alex?
That intro,
Yeah.
all of your personal clips, you're wearing a Hitman jersey in each and every one of them.
Yeah, that's when I do my best work.
We're talking like 33% of shows here.
Yeah.
He's either in the Flames or
There's like
Hitmen
4
or
things I wear on shows. Flames jersey, this hoodie, the Pin hoodie, and my
Roughnecks
Hitman
jersey.
Oh, that's true. I did make.
Almost
the
feels like
Roughnecks
we need
jersey.
to like change my clothes because they're so old.
Speaking of speaking of
to the
Marek's
tenders.
clothes, he lost his bet. We'll get into that as the Flames go 5-0-1,
Keeping their point streak alive.
keeping the point streak
Well,
alive.
it was alive regardless if they lost or won.
I'm still gonna continue to not predict wins for them.
I've stopped
Tonight
predicting
might be
for them
rough.
because it's going to happen.
Tonight.
You literally last show said that Pittsburgh was gonna win, and then on your predictions chose Calgary.
Did I? Is that what I
I was
did?
just like,
Hey, but you got the prediction right because the Calgary Flames
I remember you said that.
smashed your Pittsburgh Penguins.
Smashed is
embellishing
a
it.
bold
Yeah.
You can't smash a game you win in a shootout.
Yeah,
As
they smashed the
as a
shootout.
Penguins fan, yes, we lost, but the contrast between how we played versus the Jets and how they played versus the Flames is so much better.
Night and day.
And who
Oh
won
my
both
goodness.
those games though?
Not the
Pittsburgh.
Penguins.
Exactly.
No, but you gotta look at the positives, and there was improvements.
I'm looking at all of my positives, which is the Flames beat you, and Wolf stopped Crosby, Letang, and Malkin.
No, the post stopped Crosby.
Did it go in the net?
What was going on the Jets game?
6-3. One empty net.
Drastic improvement. Okay, so 5-3, but really 6-3. You really can't score 4, eh?
No, when we win, we score 6. 6-3 against Detroit, and then when we beat Buffalo, we won 6-5.
Okay, so it's either 3 and you lose or 6 and you
We
win.
have the third worst. We have the third worst goals against, behind Philly and Colorado.
That sounds about right.
There's one guy responsible for that on Colorado.
Well, there's mainly one guy responsible for Pittsburgh too.
Well, welcome to another episode of the Coast to Coast podcast.
Coast to Coast.
As always, it's Phil Tremblay sitting next to
Alex Furco.
and
Marek Robinson.
Braeden Redshaw.
that's what we're talking about.
The Coast to Coast podcast.
Coast to Coast podcast.
Guess we're changing it
The
again.
post to post content.
No,
It's a rough day.
it's staying.
This is
Anyway,
Acknowledge the elephant in the room.
the elephant in the room is that Marek's Pittsburgh Penguins suck, and Dustin Wolf is the best goaltender in the NHL, and now he's got to wear some red.
I would actually prefer the term mid for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Dustin Wolf is not the best goalie.
he's not
in
the
NHL.
best goalie.
He's going to win the Vezina and the Calder.
No,
No,
and no. Stankoven is
He's leading the Calder race right now, Wolf
no.
is.
He's not winning the
No, he is
Vezina.
not.
Stankoven's
He
leading the
is
Calder
not.
race. Yeah, he is.
No,
You can
he's
fact check me, but
NHL.
Calder.
Literally before
Calder.
It's either
that
Mitch Calder
Pittsburgh
or
game,
Stankoven.
NHL posted a thing saying Wolf is leading the Calder race.
That wasn't NHL.
I
wasn't-
swear that was
that was-
NHL.
That wasn't the NHL. I sent that post, and that was not the
Who
NHL.
was it then?
It was just a hockey account.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
It was. It's either Mitch Calder or
What has
Stankoven.
Stankoven done?
He's gotten like 7 assists.
Wolf has won all of his games. Wolf is undefeated.
Nothing's really updated.
Yeah.
But in fairness,
But also, you can't. It's very difficult.
I was about to say,
We're
if
at
you
most 7 games in. There's no updates.
yeah, if you want to win the Calder as a goalie, you have to do otherworldly stuff.
I think the last
Wolf's
goalie
doing pretty good.
nominated for the Calder was, ironically, Nedeljkovic when he played for Detroit when Beniers won it. So in 2021, I believe.
Sounds about
That or
right.
something around that. Or 2022, one of those 2 years.
By the way, it wasn't Nedeljkovic. I do
Even when,
remember that.
Even when Steve Mason won it, he was 33-20.
Yeah.
2.29 goals against.
That's
so it's
not
like that's
great.
not bad, but it's not like,
It's a lot harder for
I mean-
a goalie to win the Calder than anything. So
Yeah,
if
he's got to be
Wolf-
great.
If Wolf wins it, good on him.
Sorry, what was his record?
33 and
20.
20.
He played for Columbus.
He did.
So
On
Was-
paper,
but, like,
Calgary's just
didn't
as
Rick
bad of a
Nash
team.
play? Wasn't Rick Nash
Isn't
on
that a
Columbus during
basketball
the time?
player?
Like during that would have been his prime.
There was there was Rick Fox and Steve Nash.
Yeah, you're thinking of Steve Nash. Yeah. Yeah.
I miss Rick. I liked watching Rick Nash. What a legend.
Anyway, let's get on track.
Honestly,
here.
I couldn't remember. I almost forgot they played for the Jackets.
But he's
Very
not-
nearly forgot.
That's what he's known for.
Well, because he went from the Jackets to the Rangers.
And I think he had a
I'm-
little
I'm-
stint in
and I'm-
Boston.
And I'm confusing a blue and a red team for another blue and a red team. So
Fair
I just kind of melt together. But Flames talk.
Anyway, we cut back to what I thought was probably one of the most exciting games of the season so far. That was
No, that was pure stress. I lost another 5 years of my life.
that's the whole point. That's what makes it fun.
It wasn't worse than the Buffalo game though, but I can actually talk about the Flames because I watched the game.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
in.
I don't know. Penguins choked. Flames are. I don't know. Kadri, for some reason, is Wayne Gretzky when it comes to playing against Pittsburgh. You can look at the goal last year where he just deked out the entire team, including. Tristan Barrett.
Yeah, that's right. Our top scorer from last year is only good against the Penguins.
I'm just saying he wakes up against them, but
You okay, buddy? You seem to be firing at everyone today.
He
That's what I
is.
do.
it was no.
First day the Flames lose, it feels gonna be a sad boy.
It's probably going to be tonight. Not going to lie.
Against Carolina. Shout out
Yep.
Casey. She's
Casey's
going to the game.
to the game, and I think she's gonna watch Hurricanes win.
I unfortunately agree.
I also predicted the Hurricanes. Predictions now.
Oh yeah, by the way, green
Hey,
screen's
hey.
down here today.
Well, don't shout out don't shout out the green screen.
What do you mean green screen? That's
Why-
where our
yeah,
predictions
that's
are.
real. What do you mean? That's not green. That's the predictions.
That's where the predictions
and
are.
it's gonna go. And it's gonna trip back to loop video.
Get out
now.
again.
Do you see any green on here? No.
No, it's
Keep the
just
magic alive.
it's video, dude.
Keep the magic alive.
God.
We're not 8 and it's not Santa.
Shut up. Santa exists.
I
Piss
thought-
off.
But
I
I'm
thought
an
he
angry
was
one.
going to be the one that gets mad at everyone.
I'm- yeah, what am I doing?
Who put the angry pill in your guys' coffees this morning?
I didn't have a coffee.
I mean,
this
to be
morning.
fair, Alex was trapped in the closet.
Alex was stuck in a
So,
store
I was
for
in
a solid bit.
for context, how long were you in the closet?
Okay.
Was it
So
like a half hour?
Appropriate term.
It
it's
wasn't a half
storage
hour.
room, It's not the closet.
yeah, there's
came out
a
the closet.
storage room at the TV studio here. I sent a text saying, "Can someone please let me out because I locked myself in."
Phil and I were adventuring.
Oh God, I just scrolled way too far.
I think I got here about 4:20 ish.
Can someone let me out of this storage area in the TV studio? That was at 4:04, and I was let out like around 4:24, so like around 20 minutes.
I was at home. You guys were on campus here.
Yeah, like
was
campus,
on campus.
and I was told like, oh, someone's coming.
Yeah,
Producer, I was told producer Maya's
our
coming.
producer Maya was literally left and then came back and sat down.
Yeah, well, because Braeden said he was going.
And like 10 minutes went by, I thought, no way, campus is this big.
And so that's why I was like, I'll come let him.
So I sent that Mr. Bean gif. I sent, if you guys watch Modern Family, I sent like when Phil's trapped in. He just had like
that was
he's
a
at
good
now he
clip.
was trapped in a pantry and he was like divvying up Tic Tacs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I sent that link out and then I said, and then seconds after I sent, what if I said please? Then Red Shaw showed up and opened the door for me.
I think
so now
also-
I can
I
actually
also
be part of
It's
the
all
show.
about saying please as
It
well.
is.
Also, I think on the show Tuesday before we were setting up, I did like mention I'm like it'd be very scary being trapped in here.
Was the light on?
Just foreshadowing.
Yeah, the light
In there?
the light was
Oh
on.
yeah.
Well, you
Sorry,
can
the
also
light switch is in there.
Is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. There's just no way.
Imagine if I was trapped in the closet, scared because it was dark, and I could have fixed it myself.
Well, like imagine you didn't have your phone.
I'm so sorry,
There,
Alex.
thanks, Maya. It's okay. I mean, my phone was like dying,
That would've-
which is why it's plugged in.
Because we would have walked in and over here was
Bro, imagine if my phone died and I was trapped.
Well, here's
in
the thing.
in
I came down the
storage area.
stairs and I like said in a louder voice. I said, "Alex."
You can't hear.
And
You can't hear a thing in
Then
there.
I
It's
asked him when
loud.
I opened the door. I was like, "Did you hear me?" He went,
No.
Yeah, Phil and I were reading the chats, and we thought when Maya came back, we're like, "Did Braeden pick you up?" And when you said no, we were like, "Oh."
Well, that was me joking. That's why it took me a second. I was like, I locked him away.
So the Calder race. I can't obviously compare goalies and players because that's not an updated thing. But
I'm very curious how they do that.
Stankoven and Michkov are tied with points. They both played in 7 games. They both have 7 points. Stankoven's a +2 with all 7 of his points being assists.
Keep in mind, he's also on a much better team.
Michkov's a -9 and he has 3 goals and 4 assists. So it depends how much they kind of weigh goals versus assists.
And do they take team into accountability? Michkov is on a way worse team than Stankoven is.
I mean, probably. That's probably how Bedard won last year, or probably helped him out at least.
So how many goals does Dustin Wolf have to score to win the Calder?
1.
4.
4.
I don't know.
As a goalie, if you get 2, I think it's
If you get 2 in the same season,
give it to him.
Give him the Rocket.
No goalies have scored in the same season, period.
No. Usually it's just one goal.
There hasn't been
It's
more
rare.
than one goalie goal in the same season ever.
Hey, they score. Gustafsson score one early. Lots of time for another one.
It's true. That's a good point. Yeah, we did this right before we went live.
What?
I think Wolf's in there, man. I think he's in there. He's 3-0.
I think
he's got a save percentage of .936 right now.
He's
as a rookie goalie.
But okay, he's not a rookie goalie though. I keep going back to this.
Yeah, but
Dustin-
you can make that argument with Stankoven
Yeah,
too.
Stankoven too. He played a bunch of playoff games.
I was going to say, he played all bunch last season.
Okay, so NHL games, Dustin Wolf has played in 21. And Logan
Like a true goalie
Stankoven.
rookie this season would be Blomqvist. He's played 3 career games.
Prior to this season, Stankoven played in 24.
So they're similar.
Yeah, okay.
It's because they didn't meet the requirements for the.
Yeah.
So they're still considered rookies because they didn't play the game requirements.
Exactly. So they're eligible for the Calder.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
No,
I think he's going to do
I
it.
think we should get into a segment that I've been looking
936-230.
forward to all day.
You just don't want to talk about how your Pittsburgh Penguins
Then
lost.
again,
No, they lost. I just really want to hear this.
Just give me 30 seconds just to close out the Flames thing. It
was a good game.
Just had their schedule, and I now have lost it. Give me 20 seconds here, and I'll pull it back up.
It was a good game, a good fun watch.
It was an exciting game. That was a lot of fun. I did not
the
expect us to put
Jets
that
on
into overtime.
Saturday.
And Calgary,
so-
put that
Yeah.
in.
The Canes tonight,
Broken
the Jets
play.
on Saturday, and the Golden Knights. They're in Vegas against Golden Knights on Monday.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get a nice
There's a
reality
couple
check coming
losses in there
soon.
for sure.
Well, so
there
I'm
could be
gonna-
3 losses.
You've been
in a
saying
row.
that all season.
You're now playing
That's what I'm saying.
Carolina.
There could be 3 losses.
Carolina
in a row
just beat
here.
Edmonton, and Edmonton looked good.
We also, no, we didn't. We haven't played Edmonton. Yeah, we did. Did we?
4-1.
Yeah, we
Yeah, you
beat
did,
Edmonton
yeah.
too.
Yeah, but Edmonton looked
with
good
2
against this
disallowed
team.
goals.
Cool.
I'm just saying, Carolina is a scary team.
Cool.
So there's Carolina on
Everyone's-
Thursday. So the point streak I think comes to an end,
Tonight.
and it's gonna come to an end. I think it's gonna come to an end tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be surprised if it does, but I
It's
also I don't think it's impossible that we pull it off tonight.
I think it's important too that if
There's
you
so
do
much-
lose tonight, who do they play next?
The
Jets.
Jets on Saturday.
How cool would that be?
Okay, if you lose tonight and you have a good performance against the Jets on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not the worst. If you go against the Jets and if you lose tonight and go against the Jets and have a not a very good game, then there's some red flags coming up.
You guys are haters.
I think
Just analyzing the team.
I just think the Jets game is the most important measuring stick game they've had so far.
I think it'd be so cool if we're 6-0 going against the 6-0-1, going up against the undefeated Jets. I think that'd be so cool.
Dude, the Jets are terrifying, dude. Their goaltending is
I agree
so
with you
good.
there, but
They've allowed
you
the
guys
least
are
amount of
so
goals.
quick to just discount 5-0-1. It is literally the best starting record that the Flames have ever had in their history.
I'm not quick to discount. I'm just
No,
saying.
you're not.
Yeah.
He is.
Well, I mean, he's also not
He's
a
also-
Flames
yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You got to be able
If
to.
any other team in the
I
league
can't-
was 5-0-1 with the roster we had, you guys would be like, this is pretty impressive.
Like I can't talk about.
I'm not saying it's not
I can't talk about
impressive.
the Devils because I haven't watched a minute of their hockey this season.
Actually, a weird stat. Have you seen Minnesota's not been losing at all?
No, they've been.
They've
hot
never
as well.
actually lost. Like they've never actually been losing in a game. So they've only lost at I think overtime. So then they lose instantly. So they've never actually been trailing in a
They've
game.
been not
which is-
trailing for
that's
a
pretty
minute,
cool.
I think. Yeah.
It's the second longest time without trailing in a game.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other one's the 1976 Boston Bruins. something along those lines.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
but they were like 400, 500 minutes, and Minnesota's at 365
It's impressive.
right now. 365 area.
We'll see if they get close.
Quick maths.
I think we should go to
Yeah,
what
let's,
could be my favorite segment.
You wanted to lead this.
Do we
So-
want to do this?
Yeah.
So, I proposed something today to Alex after my anger with a certain player had reached its boiling point. I proposed that we have a segment called Fantasy Jail. And so I have gone through with the help of
This is
Coast to
through our
Coast.
broadcasting fantasy to provide
Yes.
context too.
So I've gone through with the help of Coast to Coast, and everybody's pitched in. I have mostly added all the players here, but we have five different sections.
Should we say
added-
our records just for some context in fantasy?
Sure, we can
2 weeks in.
yeah,
You never know.
2 weeks in, lots of us are 1-1, a couple of us are 2-0. I don't know who's 0-2.
That's me.
Phil's 0-2.
About to be 0-3.
And you're up against Mackie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but who's
You're gonna
team?
get swatted like a
No,
fly.
he's playing me this
No, I
week.
played Mackie
Oh,
last
keep
week.
last
I'm-
week.
I
I
Sorry.
played Riley and Mackie.
And I'm up by
Oh, that's rough.
Best teams.
I'm up by 23, I think, or something like that on him.
Okay, so the five
I'm up-
sections.
I'm up against.
I just want it to be known. It's been 5 minutes into the Rangers game. It's 2-1 Florida.
Yeah.
I'm up against producer Aiden Johnner
So
this week. Shout out Aiden Johnner.
we have 5 segments of Fantasy Jail. We have On Trial, Incarcerated, Solitary Confinement, Straitjacket in a Padded Room, and On Probation.
Do you want to like?
Do you want to put those in numbers just to?
Yeah,
Clarify.
like rank what each of them mean before you get into players.
Okay, so On Trial basically means they're not doing great right now. Like, they could have been good, but recently they've not been good, or they had like one really bad game. Incarcerated means they've been bad for a couple games now. Solitary Confinement, personal favorite of mine, aka you have a horrible game or you are just not good at all. Straitjacket in the padded room is reserved for 2 players right now, and as you can probably mean what that means, I want to chain them to an anvil and throw them in the ocean. And then we have On Probation, which means
say that on air.
On Probation.
Allegedly, you have to allegedly do that.
On Probation means they had a good game recently, so they're working their way out of Fantasy Jail.
Alex, you might need to bleep that for
it's
for legal
fine.
reasons.
That's
should be
fine. That's
fine.
fine. That's fine. Bugs Bunny does it all the time.
That's a Looney Tune. That's completely different. Dude,
So-
have you seen the Roadrunner? He's taking like 8 anvils to the head.
So, on trial this week, we have Dylan Cousins, Sergei Bobrovsky, which was nominated by Phil.
Yep.
We have Max Domi, which was nominated by Marek, and we have Trevor Zegras. All these guys have not been great as of late. Bobrovsky was nominated for 1 game where
That
he
was
had
so brutal.
5
man.
goals against on 11
Yeah,
shots.
he had a minus 7.8 that game.
That
what
was
I
a
have,
rough one.
In the multiple leagues, I have Bobrovsky, and I was playing against Phil, who had Bobrovsky. So I was feeling good and bad.
Domi's there because in his last 3 games, he's racked up 13 penalty minutes and a negative 7.95.
We also, and you want to explain, in our league, we have penalty minutes equal you lose points.
You lose points.
So that's why it's a bit.
So this might not be the same for your fantasy league,
It's
but
a
this
bit
is
different,
this is for
yeah.
us.
It's
That's why people like don't want Rempe or Reeves because they're gonna lose 10 a game.
or I was gonna add to the list. I'd probably
Aber.
on trial is probably Travis Konechny at this point because he puts up points, but he also gets 2 penalties a game, and
So like he gets like ends up with like 1.
yeah,
So, yeah.
So he's pretty much like a net 0. In our league, the penalty minutes are minus 0.75.
Dude,
per minute.
It's
so
a
I mean,
killer.
you're guaranteed 1.25 gone.
So
Yeah,
a minor
it's a
is a
killer.
1.5.
Yeah,
a
one
minus
and a half.
1.5.
And like, it may not seem like a lot. That hurts.
That hurts a lot.
So Cousins, I'll be honest, he's been good recently. He's picked it up. I should probably move him to on probation. Zegras, he's got 12 shots on goal in 6 games, and he's got a goal and an assist. He's got more penalty minutes than points.
Dude, this has got to be a daily segment. I like this thing.
Incarcerated, Forrester, he had 1 game with negative 12.35 points.
What?
Is that why he was healthy scratched? Not because he
think
got
it-
minus 12 points or whatever.
He had
But he got
1 game that
scratched.
was horrible.
He got scratched the other night from Philly.
And so he skipped the entire on trial phase, and he's
He's been convicted.
incarcerated.
He got convicted real fast.
Aiden Hill, in his last 2 starts, he's allowed 8 goals, and he had negative 8.2 points over his last 2 games.
The Flames game,
Yeah.
Forrester had 17 penalty minutes.
Huh.
So that's why he's incarcerated.
That's
oh my
wild.
Since then, he's gone pointless, +1, -3, dashes across the board against Vancouver, and then he got an assist against Washington.
It's always weird.
While also getting a penalty.
It's also weird with that with the penalties, because in other leagues, I'm like looking at penalties, I'm like, do I lose points now? And I'm like, oh, nope, that's just this one.
And then Vasilevsky is our last person incarcerated. I personally have him. He started 5 games.
I can
You can tell he's doing very good in fantasy this year.
He had 5 goals against in 3 games to start. Pretty good. He has 9 allowed in 2.
Oh.
Ouch.
Over his last 2 games, he has gone -11.4.
That's still not as bad as Bobrovsky.
Now we have solitary
worse.
confinement. One of my personal favorites. We have locked up Mike Matheson. Against the Rangers, he had 19 penalty minutes.
Oh my God.
1 assist for -11.5.
Oh my God.
Do we want to talk about that Lane Hudson hit or no?
I don't know the hit.
The hit
was
was
the
the
hit
giveaway.
The Trouba hit.
The Trouba hit that got Matheson a lot of these penalties.
Yeah, the Trouba hit that caused the Matheson fight.
I thought Trouba hit Barron.
No, Trouba hit.
He knocked
that was-
someone.
Was that Barron or was that Hudson?
I think he hit.
I don't
He hit
think
one
he-
of the young guys.
It wasn't Hudson.
Okay, so then it was Barron. My bad.
He hit Barron because Barron and Matheson are on first line together right
Might
now.
be.
And he decked Barron. And so
Hudson would have just done like, whoop.
Yeah.
Matheson kind of let that one go, and so he
Matheson's a lovely
has
other fighter.
skipped the trial, he has skipped incarceration, and he is in a room by himself.
He's in
Tristan Jarry is also in a room
Yeah.
by himself right
No.
now.
Actually-
And Marek just mentioned Tristan Jarry has been sent home
So-
on their road trip.
So to provide
He's like,
context,
go
Pittsburgh's
home.
been running 3 goalies. They don't want to put anyone down to the minors. So in order to fix it, they're now in, I believe, in Edmonton because they have a game tomorrow, and then they play Vancouver on the weekend. So they're still being in Western Canada. The problem with that is Tristan Jarry went home. He is now in Pittsburgh to work on goaltending, which basically is a message of, yeah, you suck. Like, you've been brutal this year.
He's got 10 goals against in 3 starts, 8.36 save percentage. He's not been good.
Then he's got a win, which is the funniest thing. He's
Skinner-
actually won a game.
Skinner is also in confinement right now because he only has 1 win in 5 games, 17 goals against, 8.66 save percentage, -7 points. I'm going to save straitjacketed a padded room for last because there's some kind words I have for somebody in there.
Oh no.
On probation, Marek nominated Saros to go on probation because he recently had a shutout.
He got me
and
13 points. I was pretty
13
happy.
points in one night. So Saros, you are on your way out of fantasy jail.
Preds also could be noted. Preds finally got their
Preds-
The entire team.
Yeah.
The entire team is coming out of fantasy
The
jail.
entire team's on probation. Alexander Georgiev in a padded room. 20 goals against, 8.10 save percentage, -19 total points.
Oh, that name
10 save
name gives me PTSD, man. That name pissed away my second week.
Now,
Sorry, keep going.
I
Now.
can't wait till he randomly wakes up and is like watch him be like a Vezina finalist.
Oh, he's gonna
With Wolf? Yeah.
I can already feel my blood start getting a little warm right now.
Oh, here
I
we
see this
go.
name on this list.
Georgiev is the 2019 Blues. He's gonna turn around in January and then win the Vezina. What a loser.
There's
Sorry.
a certain guy.
John, let's get a zoom in on Braeden going here.
There's a certain man.
His face is getting red.
He hasn't even started talking about
He
it
ate some
yet.
hot chicken.
There is a certain man up the QE2
There we
that
go.
I have a lot of issues with right now.
Wait. Is there? Look at the comparison.
He
I can't get in
is,
the frame. There you go.
for reference, he is a Stanley Cup finalist from last year.
He is an Oiler, yes.
He is
also
an Oiler.
Hey, he's also
is up
he's
to
a double
QE2.
agent.
He is a double agent
He is a
currently.
double agent.
I was going to get to that.
Yeah,
He
introduce him
is-
like that. Introduce him like that.
I will.
Okay, good.
He's like a normally like a second round pick, just depending on the league. Who knows? Oilers fan might snag him first round.
I mean, he had a great season last
He
year.
had a very good season. He had
He had
50,
lots of points
53
last
goals
year.
last year.
I
Zach Hyman.
I still
You
want
didn't
him.
introduce him like that.
I still want him from your team because I feel like he's gonna turn it around.
77
Zach
points
Hyman.
last year.
007.
I want you
baby.
to listen to me right now. I picked you in the second
They
round.
picked him 30th.
I'm gonna put this on TikTok and I'm gonna add Zach Hyman.
I hope you
You
get as much hate as I did.
Are the
this is a
worst
bit different.
second round draft pick that has been made ever. You are on one of the best offenses in the league. I mean, they're not playing great right now, but you have McDavid. He has so many assists. Like every single season, McDavid gets so many assists.
McDavid doesn't have a fast start either.
You
to be fair.
have more more penalty minutes than points. You have less than 20 shots on goal right now. You have negative 1.05 points as a first-line forward. You have been just kicked off your power play line.
Flag, you picked him in the third round.
He was third?
Yeah, you picked him in the
We
third.
picked him 30th, so.
Yeah, you picked him in the third
We
round.
have 14 teams, so it's close enough.
So
Third
first,
round
first
pick.
couple picks of the third
You would
round.
do the second pick of the third round.
Second pick of the third round.
You listen to me right now. You have till 10 games on my team.
10 games? Oh, till
I'm
10.
giving him 10
so 3
games.
more games.
3 more games.
Yeah, but you've been trying to trade him. Like,
No one's
I
gonna
have
take
been
him
trying
from
to
you.
trade you.
I've been in that talks.
Alex has been in talks.
been in
Riley
talks.
has been in talks. Zach Hyman. I can't even say some of the things that I want to say.
just say it, man. Just,
You're not live on CMRU.
I'm not live.
take
You're not live on CMRU. I mean, eat the donuts. But
You are pathetic, incompetent, mouth breathing, window licking,
Maya's going nuts. Maya's going nuts on the camera.
disgrace to the family name, stuck up,
Maya, stop moving the camera.
streak of piss.
Oh.
You pillow biter, West Ham United supporter.
Is that donuts?
Stuff.
Is this donuts?
I am done with you.
Can I interject something here? So you picked him in the third round, eh?
My heart rate's 105 right now.
Can I interject something? You picked him in the third round. You want to know who else went in the third round for our fantasy team or for our fantasy pool? So 2 picks after Zach Hyman was Mitch Marner. 2 picks after Mitch Marner was Jason Robertson. 2 picks after Robertson, I picked Hellebuck.
who did I take before?
In the third round?
Yeah.
Rusty picked Soros. Also, this was the round where Shesterkin went. Wyatt Johnston went. This is also before.
He's so
Notable prison inmate.
That's the thumbnail.
Notable prison inmate Mike Matheson also went in the 4th round, but after that,
I picked.
Jake Ottinger was in the 4th round.
Shots are so
This is sad.
Dude,
This is so sad.
Dude, I cannot wait for this to be on TikTok.
The hype
man.
was so high.
The love of all things that goes on in Edmonton.
There's nothing that goes on in Edmonton.
Look at his face.
Do something with your life.
Do you think I helped him with that? Do you think I helped him calm down with that?
In the words of your esteemed, dear, mighty leader, dig in right now.
Dig in. Dig in.
We all know how much you respect Connor McDavid and how much you wish you lived in his house. But
Rasmus Dahlin.
come on, dial in a little
Steven
bit here.
Stamkos, Philip Forsberg was also
He's
picked
still
after
going.
Zach Hyman.
Alex, you might as well just stop.
He's gonna throw something at you.
Alex Barkov,
Oh my God, Barkov.
And
Anyway.
you went with 007.
Chris Kreider.
I went with 007 because I was like, hey,
wait.
he scored 53 goals last year. He only went a maximum of 3 games without a point.
I mean,
He's at 7.
Can you name
that's
some?
the thing.
That's how fantasy is, bro.
All signs
This
like
isn't even
from
just
last
fantasy.
year. That's a good pick. That's
Where
like,
is he?
That's not even a bad pick.
Alex, can you name some players in the 4th round? Just out
the
of
4th
pure
round? No.
curiosity.
Here's the thing. This isn't even just fantasy. Where is he? He's
is
out
true.
there. I'm like,
No,
is he playing? He just doesn't do anything.
Well, I mean,
Dude,
last year
I
he
just
was
cried.
full of flukes too. Like all he knew how to do was cherry pick a McDavid.
Yeah,
serve.
I mean,
that's all he did.
Admittedly, I haven't watched a huge amount of Edmonton hockey so far this season. I'm curious where he is, because
Excuse me.
He's clearly not on the ice.
over half of his goals came from directly in front of the net. So I'm curious if that's just if the team's just neutralizing him or if he's trying something else.
Well, they kind of figured out how to stop the one guy the one move that this guy knows how to do, which is cherry pick a McDavid.
Well, no, it's the backdoor pass. That's how he scored a
That
lot
too.
of goals.
and here's the thing.
or just park his massive butt in front of the net.
Exactly.
It probably bounces off.
And if
Yeah,
it
and
works,
it
it
gets a
works.
bunch of
Yeah,
points
like,
and
it
millions
He
works
of
literally
value.
just
dollars.
needs to do that again.
Even before last year, 36 goals, 47 assists, 27 and 27.
But it,
Like,
Dude, this
he's
segment
not bad.
This segment is staying. This
It's
is
not
the greatest segment of all
going to
time.
work again because if he knows how to do one or two things, everyone now knows how to defend
Who
him.
does Edmonton
They
play next?
watched him do
we'll
it the
streamline it.
entirety of the playoffs.
You can also argue that McDavid's one big thing is speed, and nobody's able to stop that.
Well, yeah, but that's different because
Fair.
no one can
That's fair.
speed that fast.
Fair.
I mean-
if your one thing is sitting your butt right in front of the goalie, someone's going to figure out how to stop you from doing that.
True.
Because you don't need to skate
It
at
also
70
does-
kilometers an hour to
Edmonton's
do it.
next 2 games are the Blue Jackets and the Penguins.
They're going to win both.
Zach
I think.
Hyman.
They should.
They should
theoretically,
win
They
both.
should win both.
They're gonna beat Pittsburgh.
You should
and
win.
lose to Blues.
If you don't show signs of life, like there should be a missing persons report filed.
he
Because
pointless?
clearly this isn't Zach Hyman.
He's 007.
That's why-
Imagine if he doesn't get a point in Columbus. Imagine.
If he can't get a point in Columbus,
I hope
somebody file a missing persons
I
report.
hope he scores in the Penguins game and it's disallowed. I think that'd be the funniest
Fred
thing
Shaw would
in the
explode.
world. Like it's called like for offside.
Yeah, goal interference or whatever.
I wouldn't even
goal
be mad because that
interference.
means he can still. That's still him. I don't think that's him right now. I think he's been kidnapped and this is somebody else.
Can you name some like?
Well, yeah,
some-
you put him in a straitjacket in your basement.
Have you played in any Oilers games recently?
Have I
like wearing a Hyman jersey.
Oh,
Yeah, because he's allowed to do something else. I'm curious if Phil Trombley's been on the inside of that.
actually, yeah, that is kind of why I had to dip out early from the show on Tuesday. I did have to go do that.
Okay,
can you-
it's all coming together.
Can you name some players drafted in our
We are-
fantasy that are in the fourth
Thank
round?
you for tuning into Fantasy Jail. I need to stop before Marek gets hit.
Tage Thompson, Connor Bedard, Adam Fox,
Fox?
Victor Hedman. I picked Noah Dobson, Jake Ottinger, Mackenzie Weegar, Chris Kreider, Sam Reinhart,
Who did I pick? In the fourth-
Rusty Gensel.
Both strategy, Cotton. It's not playing
It's not a
out for
bad
you.
pick when you first think
it's
about
not
it.
like-
That's true.
Because I remember
not a bad
we were
pick.
sitting at Westgate and I looked at that pick and I thought, see, I was looking at him. I was probably going to pick him in the 4th round, but he was in my queue. I remember that.
The context of your pick at the time made perfect
Because
sense.
my picks,
absolutely.
I had second pick in the first round, then I had second last in the second, and then I had the second pick in the 3rd round. So it's like I wasn't picking until the end of the 4th round. Yeah. So it's like I was like, I might as well.
And you picked
yeah,
Mike
balls
Matheson
in.
with that pick, worth noting.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Noted
I mean,
prison
I had some,
inmate
I
alongside
had some
Zach
angry
Hyman.
words for Mike Matheson.
I
in
mean,
that
it
shit.
also didn't help.
Matheson's at least still in Jake.
It also
Gen
didn't
Pop,
help
though.
that McKenna took Slavkovsky, and then right after I took Cole Caulfield.
Yeah.
He ended up getting Cole
You
Caulfield back.
two are the reason the world is on fire right now.
Those two or us two?
you and McKenna.
Yeah, well, McKenna and I are looking really good in fantasy, so I'm okay with it.
Itchy shoulder.
Oh,
She's
that-
just looking good
All
all
right.
the time anyway.
That I'm good. That's
You good?
I'm not
Fantasy
gonna say
jail
anything
week
on that.
one.
You got
get
your
that in
yelling
there.
out?
I got my
Shut up,
yelling out.
Mackie.
Okay, cool. Can I yell now?
You can
Oh
yell.
my, that was, dude.
Fantasy
so
jail is
low.
gonna stay. I think it's a good segment.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for the TikToks, man. Those are gonna be incredible. Phil and I were just dying.
Alex is pondering.
I'm not gonna get angry. I'm just thoroughly underwhelmed.
He's gonna get angry.
So
Is he getting yelly?
I'm not sure.
I don't think he's gonna.
I'm
be
not sure
good.
if you guys didn't know this. I'm a bit of a Jersey guy.
No.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
I'm fairly
what?
passionate about hockey jerseys. I own a great number of them, and I'm gonna own considerably more as the years go on.
If you're a big jersey collector, I must not be a Penguins fan.
However, these foreign nations jerseys.
Oh, dude, they're
There's something.
So
The people look good. The jerseys do not.
I love the Sweden one. Why mess with you know why
You
fix
can't-
it
It's a
broke?
classic. The three
Like
crowns.
the three crowns, the
always
detailing the 3 crowns is,
Yeah.
is wicked.
I like,
Finland, Swami, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Finland jersey. USA, I like, honestly. I think it's the best of the bunch.
I agree.
I like
Like
it.
really simple.
Sweden. I would also agree though that Sweden's is really kind of hard to mess up with those 3 crowns. Like you would have to do a lot to that jersey to make it look bad. In my
You'd
opinion.
think that Canada's would be similar, though. You'd
I-
think you'd be
Oh, yeah.
pretty
So-
easy to make a great Canada hockey jersey.
So I can tell you now, we're going to have donuts on Tuesday. Get the fuck out of here with that stupid corporate sponsorship on the Canadian jersey.
my- wait,
Holy
are we-
fuck, get the fuck
that
out of
is-
here. I'm so done with this, honestly. And the leaf on that, what are you doing? I'm so furious with the Team Canada jerseys. I hate this so much. Get stuffed. Worst ever. I got yelly. I'm sorry. I'm gonna watch this less. Honestly, honestly, I considered not watching the Four Nations face-off in general just because it's a stupid tournament. I might watch it less now, or I might explicitly watch games that don't involve Canada.
The Four Nations tournament means
We don't need that
literally
extra
nothing.
light. It's hot enough over
I
here.
think the Four Nations tournament is such a cool concept.
I think
because
it's
when
so
are you ever
stupid.
like besides the fact like besides the Olympics, when are you ever gonna see McDavid be on the same team as McKinnon, Crosby?
So
But-
You don't even have
no,
the world champions from last year.
I get that.
okay.
But also, have you seen the interviews with McKinnon? Look how he is acting like a little kid. He is so over the moon to be able to play with Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like a little kid. Like apparently when they went golfing, McKinnon was going to Crosby. Like, what if we do this with the power play? What if we do this? Like he's just like it's so surreal.
I get
and
that.
You're never gonna see. I'm never gonna see in my lifetime, except maybe the Olympics.
We're literally, I was gonna say, we're literally gonna get to see it next year.
Alex,
You
keep
get
going.
the literal
Just-
dream team.
I can tell you still got more. Let it out.
You're
already at 2. Just let it out.
So
Well, two's the
No, he's at like 4 now.
I've surpassed
two is
2.
donuts.
I've had at least 3.
When you said
But-
you
Did I hit
donuts,
any?
you-
I don't-
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I was very
No,
surprised.
you got one.
I got-
Depending if we count piss, but I don't think we.
Piss doesn't count.
Well, count
No, that's a British thing. I wouldn't count it. But
Freaking
so
Brits.
You're on warning. You're on warning. He is. We got.
I'm bringing
Phil
donuts
and I
to
are
Tuesday's
just
show. That's
for
fine.
vibes right now. We just
I
laughing.
like that's why I asked you for on CMRU just because I can like.
I wish you
I
had seen
don't
it.
much care if we swear on here, but as long as it's not on the student website, we're really not supposed to. But okay, so my issue with the Four Nations face-off first is that. What you said earlier, you don't have
Czechia.
you don't have Czechia, you don't have Germany. Like you're
Swiss.
You have a tournament where you don't have arguably a top 3 forward here.
How are you gonna?
Draisaitl.
Sorry, How are you gonna say you have the Four Nations face-off? It's gonna be the best tournament in the world, but you literally don't have the dominating team from last year. You don't have the literal best national team in the world.
A fifth of the league is Russian, which I understand why they can't.
Yeah.
But,
Can't have Russia.
but I get it. However, like
But
you,
you
you,
also
can, you
got-
can expand this to 6, and then you just refuse to.
And Pasternak, when they won, Pasternak was like, I think this is a good case of why we should be in the Four Nations tournament.
Yeah.
They won
Or
the whole show.
that is me
Yeah.
paraphrasing the his quote when they won. So
Yeah.
No.
No,
there
but-
are just other sports as well that do nations tournament. Rugby does 6. This is the first time I've seen a professional sport take it mid-season.
that's the other thing. That's my red flag. So just from an easy example, Pittsburgh has 2 players going. They have Crosby and Carlson. So when Crosby's going to go into the corner against Sweden,
Tang, possibly.
no. I can tell you that
about
now. Malcolm's Russian.
Oh right.
But like, if Crosby's going to go into the corner against Carlson,
He's not gonna beat him.
there's why like in what world is Crosby going to try to knock him out? Because then in 2 weeks you're just going to screw yourself over and trying to win a Stanley Cup.
That's also not his game.
I'm just saying that's just
it's
an
a good
example.
example.
I understand what you're saying, but the better one to shout out would probably be Hedman against
Stamkos.
Point or Stamkos. Everyone's on there.
Okay, the easiest one would be if Jacob Trouba makes Team America and he plays against, I don't know, Canadian.
Adam Fox.
Yeah, Adam Fox.
So
The chances of them actually going one-on-one is very hard, but like again, it's a weird scenario because in 2 weeks
He was
you
right
are,
there. Mika Zibanejad.
soccer did this as well.
I'm
with
stupid.
with the recent World Cup. Just because it was played in Qatar, it would be too hot in the summer. They played it mid-season. Football season normally runs mid-August till about end of May. That's when Champions League final is. They ran the World Cup in like late November, early December.
it
I mean,
ended
they
around
had to,
mid-December.
though.
Well, part of that is because it was held in Qatar.
Well, yeah, that's
like-
the other thing. But still, it's like
There was a lot of
that kind-
there's a lot of controversies with that.
yeah.
In the words of John Oliver, you're playing soccer in a position where soccer cannot physically be played.
Exactly.
It's like playing the Super Bowl in a
lake.
In a lake. Thank you.
So, like they kind of showed that
Shout
you
out
can
John
do
Oliver.
this. The NBA now has their mid-season tournament where they use regular season games as your like playoff.
I
as
always
your, like,
forgot about that
play-in
mini
games.
tournament.
It just started last year. And
True.
it was very forgettable.
What do you
like-
win with that?
You get the mid-season trophy.
You do, and there's
You should get the first round
wait,
draft pick is what you should get.
don't answer this. Who do you think won it?
Not the Denver Nuggets.
No,
Milwaukee.
No, the Lakers won it.
Sure.
Exactly. Who won the NBA champions? The NBA championship.
Oh, I could not tell you.
Didn't they?
No.
Who was it?
Boston.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, Jason Tatum, because it was that
There you go.
Kachuk and Tatum thing.
Team-
Forgot
The
about that.
Nugs. Should have been
sports
the
have
Nugs.
tried
Love
it
the
and it's
Nugs.
been somewhat successful. I just don't know how this is really going to work being mid-season with the NHL.
Keep in
Why do
mind-
we got to reinvent the Olympics? Just let them have the Olympics. Let them do it every 4 years, and let that be
Keep in
that.
mind, though-
do the World Championships every like 2 years in between each Olympics. That's what you do, and then let them chill.
They
let
need-
them just play NHL
They need a
hockey.
summer off.
You do got to keep in mind
Well,
this
no,
is
but, like-
replacing the All-Star break that many people have not been enjoying.
No one's gonna
Especially-
watch the four nations.
I'm gonna watch the Four Nations.
You're not even. Well, yeah,
I'm
you
gonna watch it reluctantly.
Alex is going to
I'm a-
sit there. He's
I'm
gonna-
a hockey
He's
fan. I'm gonna watch it
He's
reluctantly.
gonna be
I'm
as red as the Canadian
I'm gonna be
jersey
holding on to
the
like a
entire
stress ball during the
probably only
Canadian
gonna watch
game.
it so I can talk
want to
with
see
you
the
guys
fact
about
that
it.
I want to
Like-
see a power play where I see McDavid, Bedard, Crosby, and McKinnon. I'm never gonna see that again. I want to see that
You're
because
literally
going to
gonna see it next year at the
Isn't
Olympics.
it nuts? Isn't
Yeah,
it-
but Crosby, I'm not sure Crosby's going to be elite at that age.
You know what I like about
true,
you know
he
what I
is
like
the
about
agent.
best on best stuff? Say that power play again.
Crosby, McDavid, McKinnon, Bedard.
There's 4 forwards.
That okay? Oh yeah.
A power
They do
play-
go for
I know.
one.
I just,
Defenseman would be.
Makar probably.
Oh yeah, that's the name.
like a decent player, power play quarterback. You know what I love about best on best stuff? That's not guaranteed to work.
yeah.
It's not best on best because the best team
Well,
isn't there.
I mean,
That,
I
you also
know
have
world
to play-
champion isn't there.
You also gotta
I say
Now
best on
Phil's
best.
getting into it.
I say best on best because it's like the best from each nation. Sorry.
It's
But,
like, oh, here's the Stanley Cup playoffs, but sorry, Florida, you can't be in this tournament.
like the best from
Sorry.
Canada against the best of the states.
You're
That's
sorry,
my best
Florida,
on
you
best.
just won the Stanley Cup, but you can't be in the regular season this year. Make it 5 nations, have an automatic spot for the world champion from the last year.
Well, we're not even sure what they're going to do next year. If there's going to be an All-Star game again, or if this is going to be a continuous thing.
Make it
Well, they
make it
won't
6
have-
nations.
The next year they probably won't have it because of the Olympics.
So like the year following.
Right.
Because it's 2026.
Yeah.
It is Olympics. But like, what's the problem with just having the Olympics and the World Championships? Why do we need
You mean
another
2
one?
years, technically, I guess.
Next season.
Next year,
It'll be February 26th. But
This, this is where when they say
why
next
can't
year
they
gets
just hang
complicated
out?
for me.
Or make them all do Red Bull Crash Ice at the X Games. How about that?
Okay.
we tried this. It didn't work.
I
And
think it would be
we're
great.
down. And the views went away.
All
No,
right.
Red Bull Crash Ice
What
is
else do
dope.
we want to?
Is that the end of the Four Nations stuff? That's all. I just
I don't know,
wanted the
Alex.
jerseys.
Is that the
I just wanted
explanation?
the jerseys.
I think it's the 5 nations minus 1.
I feel like we should buy Alex a jersey
6 minus
of
2.
the Four Nations Canada and just see his reaction.
if you give me
What would the other? Germany?
Germany,
They didn't do
Swiss.
The
Yossi.
Swiss also didn't do
T-shirt.
great. Like in the World Championships, like, yeah, they have
T-shirt Fiala.
they have the
I always
like, a
forget
few
Fiala's
names,
Swiss.
but they didn't do good as a team in the tournament. Czechia won the thing.
Who Czechia beat?
Canada. Canada?
I
It was,
don't-
it was either Canada or the States.
Well, yeah,
Or it might
I
be
don't-
Sweden, actually.
Canada did not have many elite players. I know Bedard was one of them, off the top of my head. Bunting, Bedard. I think I want to say Montembeau was the goalie.
He was a
Yeah.
I think Byfield
Was
might
it
have been there.
Montembeau and...
Was it Aiden Hill?
no, it
No.
was the guy who had beef with Justin Bieber.
I like this guy already.
St. Louis.
Oh, Bennington.
Bennington.
That guy.
Could have said the very angry man.
All right.
The guy who had beef with Justin Bieber.
Shall we talk about the ladies hockey?
The PWHL.
P-Dub.
Alex, this is
Or
your
what was your
so,
ladies hockey plan?
It's not specifically about the P Dub, aside from just saying that they release their schedule for
And they have
this
names.
upcoming season.
They have names.
That,
do have
I feel like
names.
that, we need a bigger segment for their the names and everything.
Yeah, I'm now an Ottawa Charge fan. Sure.
Can we name all the names? I can't remember all of them.
Charge, the Boston Fleet, the Minnesota Frost, the New York Sirens, the Toronto Scepters, and the Montreal Victoire.
Alrighty,
don't
until
mind those
Pennsylvania
names.
gets
Those
a
are pretty
team,
good names.
I'm a fan of Minnesota.
I don't mind those names at all.
I'm taking the Frost.
Those are pretty good names.
Did Minnesota win it last year?
Yes, they did.
I'm a bandwagoner.
They also fired their coach.
Surprise, surprise, Marek's a bandwagoner.
I think they fired their coach.
You know what, man?
I would have thought.
How many
But
times
I-
have you seen your team win the Stanley Cup in your lifetime?
I did want to shout out
How many times have you been there in the building?
Chloe
I haven't seen that person.
Primerano.
I don't have thousands of dollars.
So Canada released their rivalry series roster. I believe it was yesterday, 2 days ago.
That is one of the coolest things to watch too.
I love the
I love
rivalry
watching that because they really don't like each other.
They hate each other.
Are they allowed to hit in that?
Yeah.
Should be.
To a level.
Because
They should get Chechia involved in that.
I just want to see the hits everywhere because if you
Which is weird because then they go and like play on the P-Dub teams with each other, and it's like, oh,
they
we
still
love you.
almost don't. They almost like look like they don't necessarily like. They have to play with them, but don't necessarily like them because from what the games that I've seen, usually the Canada players are kind of sticking towards the Canada players from when they play. If the American person's open, they're gonna pass to the American. But from what I've seen, it does seem a little bit more lenient towards.
I haven't watched enough P-Dub to notice that.
It was a small game sample, but I thought it was just like an interesting little thing, little
Curious.
tidbit.
Curious.
So Chloe Primerano.
Chloe Primerano.
So
Nice name.
they released the Canadian Rivalry Series roster. Each and every one of the women on the Canadians roster is from the PWHL team, aside from Chloe.
Where's Chloe?
She's in the NCAA playing in Minnesota.
Oh, so she's good.
She's 17 years old.
Oh, she's great.
She has played this. I was looking at her elite prospects page. I was shocked by this. So she played 2 years in the CSSHL U18 women's. Played there for 2 years.
Wow. Oh my God. I'm looking at what
137 points.
Damn!
one
How many games
season,
played?
59.
Yeah, 137 points in 59 games.
She had
Hello?
in her second season there, 29 games, 53 goals or 35 goals, 54 assists.
And that doesn't include.
Eight
We're talking about
penalty
Kelowna U18.
8 pounds. That's actually insane.
We're talking about Kelowna.
So assuming they're all
So that doesn't. That
minor
also
penalties,
doesn't
it's
include.
4. That's insane.
That also
If they're all
doesn't.
minor penalties, that's insane for 4 penalties.
That also doesn't
89
include,
points.
What doesn't it include?
Okay. What? Sorry, Phil. What doesn't it include?
It doesn't include 11 points in 5 playoff games.
Yeah.
So
11 points in 5 playoff
Sorry,
games.
is this the next coming of Wayne Gretzky? in the
so
Women's
she
League?
11.
Yeah.
So in 40 games total that season, she had 100 points.
That is
You're telling me
stupid.
she averaged 60 more points than a point per game?
So far,
What?
So far,
2023-24, she almost averaged 3 points per game.
and so far this
So
season,
insane.
so far this season at University of Minnesota,
Wait. Minnesota! It's back!
I mean, she's got 12 penalty minutes in 8 games, so
4 points in 8 games as well. So I imagine.
So you're telling me she's goated?
I imagine when she finishes her studying at University of Minnesota, she's gonna promptly make her way over the PWHL.
Yeah, I don't
she'll be
think she'll
first-round
need to
draft
focus on academics for too much longer.
So
well, that
That's
degree is
wild.
important.
It is important, but you kind of already got a one-way ticket to the show.
What did she say?
Listen,
Chloe,
listen
I know-
kids, degrees are
2007.
important.
Oh
Don't
my
listen to what
God.
Marek says.
Chloe,
Hey, unless you're like Connor McDavid, and in this case, she's pretty much like Connor McDavid.
Yeah. 2007. God, we're old.
also worth noting.
Hey, yeah, you're
Hey,
old.
you're old.
When were you born?
04.
Yeah, that's a lot of years before 07.
And how old are you?
I don't
Get
think
outta
I don't think I mentioned this. So 59 games, 137 points. We touched on this. She's a defense woman.
What?
She's on the blue line.
Oh my
She had
God.
89 points as a defenseman.
She's on the
Taking this-
back end.
why is it so close to my face?
She's
Okay,
gonna make
I'm,
it-
I'm taking my one thing. What the fuck?
Yeah, screw the PWHL. She's gonna make the fucking show.
Yeah.
She's gonna make the NHL, bro.
Okay,
I'm on.
You're on 0. We're on 1
I'm
now.
on warning. You're one. You're one. He's
done
done.
it.
I'm donuts. So Chloe,
I knew I wanted
Case
to
is
say
gonna
mine.
come back and be like, what happened?
Chloe, I know you watch like everyone does.
Chloe Primerano, you are a San Jose Shark.
Everyone watches this podcast, especially you.
Pittsburgh needs defense, please.
We're a San Jose Shark.
I would love it if you joined Ottawa when you decided to go to the PWHL.
No.
And by the way, he means the Senators.
Yeah, the Ottawa. How about this?
She's getting on a line with Carter Yao.
Yeah, Connor Yakubchuk and Chloe Primerano.
Chloe
on the first
Primerano,
D-line.
you are a Calgary Flame.
I get a Primerano jersey, 100%.
trade Mackenzie Weegar to the University of Minnesota in exchange for Primerano.
No,
and a first-round draft
No,
pick.
she is absolutely nuts. I wanted to make.
Holy
I
cow!
want to talk about PWHL stuff for a couple weeks now, especially with the name releases and the schedule drops. I really have to make time for Chloe today because her stats are.
At first,
Those
when
are
I looked at that,
ridiculous.
I was like, that's great for like a winger or a forward.
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
a defenseman,
I didn't mention-
89 points.
She's like already in the
I was
Hall
gonna
of
make the
Fame.
comparison. She's Cale Makar level. She's above Cale Makar level in terms of that league. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Because I saw your face when you looked at the points. I'm like, I want to see.
Well, first I looked at it, I was like, am I looking at the right thing here?
Oh yeah.
Holy
That is
cow.
that Chloe.
Donk, dude.
What a show this has been.
You are a San Jose
This has been
Shark.
this
You
has
are
been
a
probably
San
the
Jose
funniest
Shark.
unhinged show that has been like good.
She's got a brother who plays
he any
in the
good?
BCHL.
No.
Whoa.
Actually, not terrible.
What's his name?
His name is Luca.
Luca out.
He plays for the Cowichan Valley Capitals. He's got 9 points in 11 games.
Also tying it into our next segment here, per an article by Kayla Douglas and Cal Cushman on the score. Primerano has 1 goal and 4 points in 8 NCAA games to start her rookie campaign. The North Vancouver native was the first female skater to be drafted into the Canadian Hockey League.
She's
She
Canadian?
got to Canadian Hockey
Yep.
League team in 2022 when the WHL's Vancouver Giants selected her in the 13th round.
Did she play?
Give me 20 seconds if you want to
It's
jump
not
in.
on her. It's not
Hey,
on
I'm
her.
just saying.
If you want to jump to Hitmen corner, I
Get
can
her,
figure that
get
out.
her in the rivalry series
she would've been
because
in
she's
camp.
Canadian. That makes her, in my opinion, 10 times better.
I will say
According to her Elite Prospect page, no.
No,
It
she would have been at
looks-
I
camp
am
and maybe
biased.
played preseason.
For Luca Primerano, it does look like he's going to play at UNH next year, University of New Hampshire, because it's listed 25-26 as a University of New Hampshire player. So he could be signed to play there next year.
But yeah,
Wow.
Chloe Primerano, cannot wait to watch you in the rivalry series.
If you want to
Not
come
wait
for an
to
interview,
watch
we
you
will.
with the
We would
San
love
Jose
to have you.
And
Imagine that hockey dad talk.
fly you out
what's
from
your
Minnesota.
son doing? Oh, he's got 50 points. My daughter's got 89.
My daughter was the first woman to get drafted by the CHL.
yeah.
My daughter's also a defenseman and has this many points.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
nuts.
Hitman corner.
Hitman corner. Well, no one's quite doing as well as Chloe Primerano, but
Who can?
Chloe Primerano, you are a Calgary Hitman.
unfortunately, Mr. Gavin McKenna, who was granted was he granted exceptional status?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he decided to dunk on the Calgary Hitmen last night in Medicine
LeBron James
Hat's.
style?
Yeah, with LeBron James style, but not Bronny James style because he sucks.
Oh.
4-2 win for the Medicine Hat.
He's played one game.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been drafted if his dad wasn't LeBron. 4-2
I can't say
win.
anything about that, to be fair.
4-2 win from the Medicine Hat Tigers at home in Co-op Place. Decent showing for the guys that we needed to be. I was counting up these penalties while we were doing our sound check. 19 penalties throughout the game.
So what?
A lot of them came.
It's like a Mike Matheson type of night.
5 of them came
Okay,
at the
buddy.
end of the third period. So obviously, some people weren't too happy, which includes Chloe Primerano's new line mate coming up here soon in Ottawa, Carter Yakimchuk.
Is there some way to reach her? We need a
roughing
we need
double.
an
We
interview.
gotta send this to her. Roughing double minor and a 10-minute misconduct for a fight with, it seems like, Nate Corbett and Matthew Ward from the Medicine Hat Tigers.
Can I jump in for 20 seconds?
Yeah.
We were talking about who Czechia beat at the Worlds. Switzerland, 2-0.
Oh, so I was wrong. Switzerland did do good too.
Carry on.
And neither of those teams are in 4 nations, so
No, they're not.
who cares? Lots of, like I said, lots of penalties. Ben Kindle getting 2 penalties, which is pretty wild. He doesn't do that very often.
He doesn't do that.
Carter Yakimchuk, I guess, got a little angry at the end there, which kind of fair. You just got dunked on by a child.
Carter Yakimchuk.
Still 2 points for
Carter
Ben Kindle.
Yakimchuk.
The big news coming up recently, and I had this open. Where did it go? There it is. The first NHL Central scouting reports came out this week.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically yesterday. We've got 5 Hitmen on there.
Do tell.
Reese Hamilton and Ben Kindle were rated Bs. I do fully expect that to go up, especially if Ben continues to play as he's playing right now, because he's playing really well. Brandon Gorzinski was given a C. Oh, just for the record, B means they expect you to be around 2nd or 3rd round. C means 4th or 5th.
It means
And then it
obviously.
kind of just goes down from there. A means 1st
I
round.
thought Krasinski would have been A B. No?
No.
Okay.
No, I was surprised seeing Ben Kendall as a B. I thought he was going to be an A. And if Ben was a B, I maybe would.
Okay.
Or if Ben was an A, then maybe Gorzinski could have been a B. Sawyer Mays and Robin Svankara are W's. I don't fully know what W means. Sawyer's looking to have a good season this year. Robin Svankara is from Czechia. I think Czechia. And he was injured and he's yet to play a game with a Hitmen. So that's pretty exciting. Gotta love that. Obviously, Hitmen have a nice little history of some pretty solid draft picks from the past few years. It's really funny. Every time like I'm watching hockey on TV, I'm like, oh, I know that name. Hitmen. So that's kind of fun.
Can I make a quick NHL interruption?
Yes.
Just a little recap of some of the games. It is 2-1 Red Wings over the Devils, 1-0 Wild over the Lightning, 2-1 Panthers over the Rangers, 1-1 in the Stars and Bruins game, 2-0 Blues over the Red Wings with Joseph Wall's first start. It's not looking good for him. Now to Braeden.
I got my dates mixed up. I didn't think there was any Q games going on today. That was last night. The Eagles are currently up 2-0 on league-leading Acadie Bathurst.
That's a
pretty
name.
We did get. I was wondering why we won 5 games in a row. Cam Squires, who was with the Devils during training camp, he's back. He's got 10 points in 7 games currently.
He's no Chloe.
He's no Chloe, unfortunately.
Chloe,
but
please.
Cam is still
Interview.
very good. Cole Burbridge has our 2 goals there. Elsewhere, there is also Rimouski taking on. I can never pronounce. Royan Noranda.
Braeden
winning?
Miranda.
There, we
winning?
butchered it again. They're 1-1 right now, just started the second, it looks like. And the other game is Val-d'Or taking on, or Baie-Comeau taking on the Victoriaville Tigers, and they are 0-0, just starting the second.
And back to Phil.
So Calgary Hitmen, they continue their road trip this weekend. They play Regina tomorrow, back-to-back with Brandon on Saturday. Regina's been struggling since Connor Bedard kind of moved on.
No, really.
Yeah,
Weird.
surprise, right?
Who would have thought? A generational player leaving the team? You know.
Probably it's bad.
Another thing I wanted to mention, Landy Dupont. He was also given exceptional status for this year.
Stud.
I believe I saw this today. I think he has 16 points over 11 games, which is the second best an exceptional player has done. And he's a defenseman.
Alex. Hey, no Chloe though.
No Chloe.
Alex.
That'll be a wrap for today's show.
Oh, wow, that's already it. Oh.
Shout out Luke Hughes for making his NHL debut tonight. Hopefully Joseph Wohl can make a bit of a bounce back.
He's not doing so hot.
I started him in fantasy, so hopefully he can
That's
stay
where
out
he
of
went.
on trial.
That's where, because I picked up Stolars.
I picked up Wohl because I knew he'd be back soon.
I'm just saying, that's becoming a segment.
Yeah, I like that segment.
Yeah, we'll streamline it a bit more, but that'll be a recurring segment. Maybe once a week because Tuesdays tend to be pretty full,
Yeah.
so we'll make sure it's a recurring Thursday
I
thing.
also think it wouldn't be the worst idea to maybe have some fantasy positives too.
Yeah,
Where's the fun in that?
yeah. It's
Look.
always fun poking at something saying that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Zach
I'm saying,
bad.
if there's like a big like this player's gotten like 8 goals in 3 games as an example, then I think we should spot
Yeah,
it.
we'll keep
Well,
an eye
I
on
feel
that.
like at that point it might even be a segment like, oh my God, this guy
True.
put up 8 goals in 3 games. Wow.
And nobody has him in fantasy.
But for this week, I've been Alex Burke with Phil Tremblay,
Yeah.
Marek Robinson,
Woo!
Braeden Redshaw.
Fantasy jail.
We will see you guys on Tuesday. Enjoy the weekend. We did see Shea Theodore signing. Doesn't mean anything. Vegas tends to trade with reckless abandon. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend.
I'll break away.